Well, since bursting onto the scene a few years ago, the American apparel clothing brand, or maybe we should say anti-brand, has become known across the continent. Its motto and concept is that its products are made sweatshop-free in downtown LA. Now, Quebec has its own version of wholesale clothing that is both sweatshop-free and logo-free. It's called Blank, and it's the brainchild of Martin Delisle, a Montreal graphic designer who grew up immersed in the city's once burgeoning textile industry. Martin Delisle, thank you for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
Now, where did you get the idea for Blank?
Well, in fact, 2 years ago, I was about to launch a new line called Trailer Park Trash Clothing. And unfortunately, I couldn't find a T-shirt made here in Montreal. So since I'm coming from a family that's been around for 40 years in this domain, I said, that's not possible. So let's try to find some people that could do it here in Montreal. So I got in contact with some knitters, some dyers and sewers, and I built up a team to create my own clothing. And then I realized that, whoa, maybe there's something we can do here for the people that are concerned about where their clothing are coming from. So we decided to create Blank instead of Trailer Park Trash Clothing. And we're now for a year and a half now sailing on the wholesale side with all our corporate clients who need some stuff made here.
So you mentioned that you grew up in the textile industry.
Yeah.
What was your involvement?
Well, my father and now my brother own a company called Machine à Coudre de Lille, and they're selling some industrial sewing machine. So for me, it was like always been my summer job when I was younger and things like that. So I was the one who delivers the machine. So I saw all those sweatshop and things, and I was always wondering how people could work in those kind of environment. So when I decided to start Blank, I said one thing's for sure is I don't want those things to happen in my own company.
Those conditions,
yeah. Those conditions.
So what exactly is the concept then of Blank?
Blank, it's pretty simple. It's to show to the people here that we can still buy some clothing made here at an affordable price with a lot of quality like we used to do. It used to be our, biggest industry in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and now it's almost completely disappeared. And I think we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
So why is the concept so important to you that it be made in Quebec? That's the discovery that you made when you wanted to launch your own, that there simply wasn't made.
Well, I think it's just to make sure that no kids have been involved in the fabrication, also that we have the quality and that people keeps job, because it's all about local economy. We're just focusing ourselves on local economy, keep our jobs here.
So what were the memories that you had of the textile industry, and how does that differ then finally now that you are putting it into action?
Well, one thing's for sure is that there used to be a lot of big manufacturer here in Montreal. And now when I was looking for some people that could help me out with those shirts, I realized that we lost most of them. We lost 30,000 jobs in the past 3 years here in Quebec only in the textile industry. And I think that's a big disaster, and no one is really aware of that. So we're trying to create some new job and save some jobs that are already there, like our knitters and dyers are people that have less client every year. So with us, they see us like a hope at some point. We are still small, that's for sure, but we are getting there.
What about the working conditions? What were they then, and what are they now in your shops?
Well, right now, people at Blank are working from their homes, so they are paid by the piece. Now what we are doing right now is creating an in-house team. So you will see at the new boutique we're opening on Sainte Catherine, the team will be there. So you will be able to see actually the people sewing the clothes that have been sold in our boutiques. So right now we have the production for the wholesale side, and now we're creating the in-house team for the boutiques. And real soon we want to grow this team so that we can do everything in-house.
How do those team members express what it feels like to work for a company that respects their working conditions?
Well, I guess that most of them are expressing the same thing. Is like, wow, that's good, because not only we're doing something, we're creating clothing, but also it's clearly mentioned that it's made and proudly made here. So the people are like, at least we are recognized now, at some point, because it's always been considered that sweatshop, an underground world creating some clothing. Now they're being put on on front of everything, because for me those people are way more important than me right now, because those people are doing the quality that people want, and it's because they believe in the project just like myself and my two partners.
And what do they tell you?
Well, they say that we're doing something good. A lot of companies that are dying or unfortunately almost out of business are calling me to see what was my secret, what's going on with this, all the story around blank. And I said, I did nothing, special. I just said, hey, let's buy something proudly made here, and that's it. So I don't think I have a secret recipe, or it's just a matter of saying, let's keep jobs here, in Quebec.
So you had other bigger companies coming to you, the new kid on the block, asking you what your secret was.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's now the third or the fourth phone call, and people that I met that used to have big plans with 100 sewers and everything, and now they are almost closed, and they are coming to me to see first if I can take their products. So yes, some of people I'm buying from them now, but also it's just they want to know what is the secret behind blank, and there's no secret. We have nothing to hide. It's just what you see is what you get.
Treating employees better, I suppose.
I think that's the most important thing, yes.
Now, Blank has already been compared to American Apparel, the Sweatshop-free brand of blank clothing that's made in Los Angeles. What do you think of that comparison?
Well, I think it's normal that people compare us because we have, similar product at some point. I really raise my hat to Duff Charney from American Apparel because he did a great job here on providing some good condition to the worker. The only issue I found here is that this guy's come from Montreal, and he created a nice 4,000 jobs in Los Angeles when we lost 30,000 here in Quebec. That's the only thing I could say. But yes, it's normal that people compare us. But when they come in the boutique, they say different style. They see fabrics that are very beautiful. They see the quality, and they see our price that are way lower than is. So that's why they say, how come you can come up with those prices? It's just because we take less profit at some point. It's just something's going wrong here because you're paying your jeans. Let's say it's normal to pay a jean $200 or $300 now, but it's still made in China. So for me, that was the other thing that was illogical in this market right now. My father always, showed me that, Martin, when you pay some clothing, check the tag. If it's coming from Italy or Canada or things like that, you can pay the price. But if it's coming from China or Pakistan or any other countries, that those people are not treated well. That their salaries are ridiculous. So someone's putting a lot of money in his pocket. So I always kept this, and I think that's the big philosophy around blank is to you pay, but you get something for it.
And so this is Quebec now, but can it be across the country in years to come? Of
course, we're looking forward for that. That's for sure. We had some people interested in Toronto and also in BC. So they are already buying some clothing from us, and they say, when are we going to be able to have at least a little boutique showroom like you have in Montreal? And we say, one thing at a time. We are very occupied right now, very busy with Montreal and Quebec City, so we're concentrating ourselves on those regions, but it's sure that we're looking forward to across the borders, that's for sure.
Martin Delisle, thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us this morning.
It's been a real pleasure, thank you.
Martin Delisle is the founder of Blank. So are people buying Blank because of the look or because of the concept? The CBC's Jale Afshar stopped by the Blank store on Saint Laurent Boulevard to talk to some shoppers.
What made you decide to come into Blank today?
Well, we just arrived today from Toronto, so we're on vacation, and my boyfriend here likes going to shopping, so he wanted to come to some cool stores, so he thought Blank was one of them.
Do you know about the concept behind the store, that everything's made in Quebec?
Oh, no, we didn't know about that.
I like the concept very much, the fact it's made in Quebec. It's important for me. And it's it's a lot cheaper than, for example, American Apparel.
I just needed a plain t-shirt. Some friends told me that there was blank t-shirt here. So that's why I just came here, and also to see all the designers' t-shirts.
And everything in this store is made in Quebec. Did you know about that?
No, I wasn't aware of it.
Is that important to you at all?
Yeah, it's doing a difference. Because I just noticed that the price were